Unfinished tasks are louder than completed ones. Here's how to silence them. Right now, your brain is tracking every open task, the email you need to send, the project sitting half done, the call you keep postponing. Each one takes up mental space, even when you're not actively thinking about it. This isn't laziness, it's neuroscience. And once you understand how your brain handles incomplete work, you can stop feeling overwhelmed and start getting things done. Today, you're going to learn a simple system that works with your brain, not against it. No fancy apps, no complicated methods, just 6 practical steps you can use starting today. Let's close those loops. In the 1920s, a psychologist named Zeigarnik noticed something strange in a cafe. Waiters could remember complex orders perfectly while customers were still eating. But the moment the bill was paid, they forgot everything. She ran experiments and discovered something powerful. Our brains hold on to unfinished tasks far more than completed ones. This is now called the Zeigarnik effect. It's why you can't stop thinking about that report at midnight. Why incomplete projects nag at you during weekends. Your brain isn't trying to torture you, it's trying to help. It keeps reminding you because it thinks you might forget. The problem is, your working memory can only hold about 3 to 5 items at once when you can't group them together. Studies on working memory show that beyond this limit, your mental performance drops fast. So when you're juggling 20 unfinished tasks in your head, your brain becomes an overloaded browser with too many tabs open. Everything slows down. Nothing gets your full attention. The solution isn't to work harder, it's to work smarter. You need to externalize what's in your head, define clear next actions, and create a system your brain can trust. Let's talk about what's actually happening in your brain right now. Every incomplete task creates what we call an open loop. It's like a program running in the background on your computer. You might not see it, but it's using resources. Your brain does the same thing with unfinished work. Think about your last work week. How many times did you suddenly remember something you forgot to do? That's an open loop firing. Your brain interrupted whatever you were doing to remind you. It sounds helpful, but it's exhausting. Here's the real problem. These loops don't just remind you, they create cognitive load. That's the mental effort your brain uses to hold and process information. The more loops you have open, the heavier the load. Imagine carrying 20 grocery bags at once. You can do it, but you're slow, stressed, and likely to drop something. That's your brain on open loops. Now imagine putting 19 of those bags in a cart. Suddenly you're moving fast and feeling light. Lists work the same way. When you write something down, you're essentially transferring it from your internal memory to external storage. Based on research into how surgeons use checklists to reduce errors, we know that externalizing information frees up mental capacity for what matters. But here's the catch. Not all lists are created equal. A list that says, "deal with taxes," doesn't close the loop. Your brain still doesn't know what to actually do. It keeps nagging. A list that says, "email accountant to request tax form link," gives your brain clarity. It knows the next physical action. The loop can close. The relief is immediate. This is why vague to-do lists fail. They don't actually reduce cognitive load. They just move the uncertainty from your head to paper. Let's talk about dopamine. You've probably heard it called the pleasure chemical. That's not quite right. Dopamine is your brain's reward and motivation system. It fires when you complete something. Every time you check off a task, your brain releases a small dose of dopamine. This feels good. More importantly, it reinforces the behavior. Your brain learns that finishing things creates positive feelings, so it motivates you to finish more things. This is why crossing items off a list feels so satisfying. It's not just psychological, it's neurochemical. You're literally rewarding your brain for making progress. Small wins generate momentum. When you complete one task, you feel energized to tackle the next. This is especially powerful for difficult work. Starting is the hardest part. But if you can complete something small first, you build momentum that carries you into harder tasks. This is the secret behind productive mornings. People who knock out quick wins early, like making the bed or responding to one email, often report feeling more capable throughout the day. They've already trained their brain that today is a day of completion. But here's what most people get wrong. They try to rely on willpower and motivation to start. That's backwards. You don't wait for motivation. You create it by completing something small, anything. Even a 3-minute task counts. Your brain doesn't judge the size of the win. It just registers completion. So if you're stuck on a big project, don't force yourself to dive in. Do something tiny. File one document. Write one sentence. Send one message. The dopamine hit will make the big task feel less intimidating. This is why the system you're about to learn starts with small actions. Not because small actions solve everything, but because they unlock the neurochemical momentum you need to tackle what really matters. Most to-do lists fail for one simple reason. They're written in the wrong language. Look at your current to-do list. How many items are actually verbs, real physical actions you can do right now? Most lists are full of vague outcomes. Project proposal, client meeting, website updates. These aren't actions. They're reminders of things you need to think about. So your brain still has to do extra work. It has to translate project proposal into open document and write executive summary section. That translation requires mental energy, and it keeps the loop open. This is where next action language comes in. It's a simple rule. Every item on your list must describe the immediate physical action you can take, not the outcome, not the goal, the next thing your body will actually do. Instead of planned vacation, you write search flights to Denver for June 10th. Instead of fix broken link, you write email web developer about contact page error. Instead of prepare presentation, you write outline 3 main points on slide 2. Notice the difference. These are instructions your brain can follow without extra processing. There's no ambiguity, no decision fatigue. You read it, and you know exactly what to do. This matters more than most people realize. Studies on how pilots use checklists show that clarity saves lives. In high-pressure situations, vague instructions cause errors. Specific instructions reduce them. Your workday might not be life or death, but the principle is identical. Clarity reduces mistakes and mental effort. Next action language also speeds up task switching. When you finish one thing and look at your list, you don't waste time figuring out what deal with insurance actually means. You see call insurance at 555-0142 to ask about claim status. You can act immediately. This small shift has a massive impact. It transforms your list from a source of stress into a tool for momentum. Every item becomes a clear instruction. Your brain stops resisting and starts executing. Let's address the elephant in the room. Maybe you think you don't need lists. You have a good memory. You've been managing fine without a system. Here's the truth. Your brain is excellent at some things and terrible at others. You can remember your childhood phone number. Research shows it maxes out at around 3 to 5 items when those items can't be grouped into patterns. Beyond that, things start slipping. This is why you walk into a room and forget why you're there. Your working memory got overloaded by other thoughts. This is why you remember something important at midnight, but forget it by morning. The information never made it into stable storage. Professional pilots don't skip checklists because they have bad memory. They use checklists because memory is unreliable under pressure. Surgeons don't create protocols because they're incompetent. They do it because even experts make errors when cognitive load is high. You're not different, you're human. And human brains are not designed to be perfect task managers. They're designed to think creatively, solve problems, and connect ideas. When you force your brain to also be a filing system, you're using it for the wrong job. Cognitive offloading is the term for transferring information from your brain to an external tool. A list, a calendar, a note. This isn't a crutch, it's optimization. You're freeing up mental resources for the work that actually requires your intelligence. Here's a mistake that sabotages most productivity systems. Using too many capture tools. You have tasks in your phone, reminders in your email, notes on paper, sticky notes on your desk, ideas in a voice memo, important things scribbled in a random notebook. Each tool feels helpful in the moment, but together they create chaos. Your brain now has to remember where you stored each piece of information. That's additional cognitive load. You've replaced one problem with another. The solution is simple, but requires discipline. Use one primary capture tool, just one. It doesn't matter if it's paper or digital. What matters is that you trust it completely. When everything lives in one place, your brain can relax. It knows where to find what it needs. There's no mental searching. No wondering if you forgot to check another list. Your system becomes reliable. This is called cognitive transfer. You're transferring the job of remembering from your brain to your tool. But the transfer only works if your brain believes the tool won't lose anything. If you sometimes forget to check your list, or if important tasks are scattered across multiple places, your brain won't trust the system. It will keep trying to remember everything itself. Building trust takes consistency. For 2 weeks, capture everything in your chosen tool. Every task, every idea, every reminder, check it daily. When your brain sees that nothing gets lost, it will stop working so hard. The mental relief is profound. One list doesn't mean one category. You can have sections, work tasks, personal errands, project ideas, but they all live in the same place. You always know where to look. Now let's build your system. 6 steps, each one works with your brain's natural wiring. Step 1, the 3x3 daily. Every morning choose 3 tasks. Not 10, not 20, 3. Write them where you'll see them constantly. These are your wins for today. Why 3? Because 3 is manageable. Your brain can hold 3 priorities without overload. You'll actually finish them. And those 3 completions will generate the dopamine momentum you need. Make them real next actions, not work on proposal. Instead, write introduction paragraph for proposal. Be specific, be physical. Step 2, next action language. Go through your full task list. Rewrite every vague item into a clear next action. What will your hands actually do? What will you physically say or type or create? This takes 15 minutes, but it saves hours of decision fatigue later. Your list becomes a menu of clear instructions instead of a pile of anxiety. Step 3, the stack of 2 lists. Separate your tasks into 2 categories, do today and do soon. That's it. No complex priority systems, no color coding, just 2 lists. Do today is for tasks with deadlines or high impact. Do soon is for everything else. When you finish your 3x3 daily, pull from do today. This keeps you focused without losing track of other commitments. Step 4, time blocks plus micro wins. Look at your calendar. Block 30-minute chunks for your 3 daily tasks. Treat these blocks like meetings with yourself. Protect them. But here's the key. Start each block with a 2-minute micro win. Clean your desk, organize 1 file, respond to 1 quick email, get that dopamine flowing. Then dive into the real work. You'll find it much easier to begin. Step 5, do confirm moments. At the end of each work session, pause for 60 seconds. Look at your list. Confirm what you finished. Cross it off with intention. Let your brain register the completion. This sounds small. It's not. This moment closes the loop consciously. Your brain gets clear feedback that the task is done. The Zeigarnik effect releases its grip. Based on research from WHO surgical checklists, this confirmation step dramatically reduces errors and mental carryover. Step 6. The weekly reset. Every Sunday evening or Monday morning, spend 15 minutes resetting. Review what you completed. Move unfinished tasks from do today to do soon, or rewrite them as next actions. Choose your 3 priorities for tomorrow. This weekly ritual keeps your system clean. It prevents tasks from piling up into vague anxiety. It gives your brain a clear picture of progress. These 6 steps work together. The 3 daily focuses your energy. Next action language eliminates ambiguity. To lists prevent overwhelm. Time blocks create structure. Do confirm moments. Close loops. The weekly reset maintains the system. You don't need perfection, you need consistency. Start with step 1 today, add another step tomorrow. Within a week, you'll feel the difference. Your brain will stop screaming at you, the mental noise will quiet, and you'll finally have space to think clearly and work deeply. Here's my challenge for you. Look at your current to-do list right now. Pick 3 tasks that have been sitting there unfinished, nagging at you. Write them in the comments below. I want to see them exactly as they appear on your list. Then I'll reply to your comment with those 3 tasks, rewritten in next action language. You'll see the difference immediately. How a vague reminder transforms into a clear instruction. How your brain relaxes when it knows exactly what to do next. This is your first step toward closing your open loops. Comment with 3 tasks. I'll turn them into next actions. Then you take those actions and feel the relief of completion. Your brain has been working overtime. Let's give it a break. Drop your 3 tasks in the comments now. Let's close those loops together.